What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mark with The Better Mark, and let's get into this exciting, jam-packed Thursday, March 7th NBA slate. Breaking down every single NBA game in this video. I'm going to give you guys my best bets as well as some of my leans in every single game, okay? And some props along the way. So make sure you guys are all subscribed down below. Smash that like button as well. And if you have not yet followed us on X, make sure you guys do because this is an exciting time of the year. This is where we're doing our March Madness giveaway, which I'll have a posted comment pinned into YouTube as well as pinned on my X page. And this is where all you have to do is subscribe on YouTube. And for those of you that are already subscribed, you subscribe on YouTube. You go over to X, click that link, follow me on X, and retweet that. And repost that giveaway and share it with a couple buddies. You do that, and guys, you're entered to win a jersey of your choice from Fanatics, courtesy of me, shipped directly to your house. Okay, we're going to be launching that tournament and giving that away right before March Madness kicks off. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about it every single day here on the channel until we do that giveaway live here on the channel. But let's get into last night's plays, guys. This is one where we had a mixed result. We went 2-1 in the NBA, as well as having a 2 and 3 day in college basketball. There was a lot of leans though along the way that ended up cashing. So not on my official plays I gave you, but there was a lot of tickets that I had basically where it was a very successful night. Looking down the whole slate of college basketball, having 8 plays in total, but outside of my best bets. So that's one where we have to get a better live communication. That's why it's so important to be subscribed on YouTube, but not only on YouTube but on X, because that's when I get into more closer to game time situations, tip-offs, where I like to, share some of my plays that I make after I post these videos. Okay, but let's get into tonight's plays. This is where we look at a very exciting slate. We got a couple games that I want to break down for you. Most importantly, we have a exciting matchup with Dallas taking on Miami. Miami's on a hot streak right now. Denver Nuggets playing the Boston Celtics. That's one where we look at a possible finals pairing coming into the regular season and seeing that precursor, if you will, but one where we look into some of the injury concerns where we're going to play on the other side of those concerns, and that's where I want to break down these games. And we're going to start this off by talking about the Brooklyn Nets, okay? So the Brooklyn Nets going on the road, playing the Detroit Pistons. These are two teams that are just basically on my no-fly zone, okay? They're on my no-fly list. I really can't get a feel for the Nets. I bet them in good spots. They end up losing outright. I bet against them in good spots, and then they end up winning more times than not. So it's one of those teams where 28-31 against the spread. It's a team that it's really just a coin flip at this moment in time. But I look for like zero scoring in this game. Detroit's been a typical under team, and same thing for Brooklyn for the most part. And we're seeing that under creep down from 218 down to 215 there from that opening line. So a lean towards the under in this game, but no official play. Next, we're going to get into the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Karl Anthony Towns, less Minnesota Timberwolves going to Indianapolis, playing the Pacers, right? They won't have Cat. They won't have the big man in this contest. He is out. This is one where we see also Benedict Mathurin out for the Pacers. So kind of an equalizer, if you will, where probably be another lean towards the under if I was going to give you guys a side or a total. But more so, this is a coin flip for me, guys. There's some value taking the home team. Minnesota failing to cover out of their last 5 games with a push. In both of these teams, it's funny how to see when we get all these data points and we have all these teams stacked up next to each other, how good the books can get it, right? Against the spread, over-unders, pretty much 500 straight down the line. So that's one where I don't really see a clear edge taking one side or another unless you have some clear indication that Halliburton's going to go off. Miles Turner owning the block, but they still have Gobert down low on the block. So I'm not really looking at any kind of an advantage with Cat not playing, other than the fact that there's going to be less points scored. So that's why I would lean towards the under, but we all know the Pacers can score in bunches, so that's going to be an official no play as well. Next, we're going to get into that first official play. We're going to be taking the Miami Heat, going on the road, playing the Dallas Mavericks. This is a game where I really, truly like this. I'm probably going to be watching this one myself. This is where we look at the Heat. I'm counting them right now, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Losing 2 out of their last 10. They are on a 8-2 winning streak out of their last 10 games. That's one where you can't deny the Heat. And guys, if you haven't watched them and checked the injury reports and heard my commentary, they really do it from a standpoint where they just play with what they got. And it's not so much a testament to the talent that they have, but Spoelstra, man, he is a great coach, Hall of Fame NBA coach, in my opinion. And this is one where we're going to have a play on the Second half, primetime, playoff Jimmy Butler. Okay, we were going back to the well, 28.5 points and assists. Book it, -128. Lock it in. If you can find it out there for a better price, obviously shop around. That's our first official play, getting into the prop market. And also, guys, we're going to dabble back into the prop market for a second play in this contest. We're going to take Luka Doncic, finding some plus value, taking him triple-double for Luka in this game, okay? And it's one where I see some advantage to how they're going to possibly shut out Luka in this, but he's a walking, talking triple-double. Personally, if the Mavericks had a better record, he'd be my MVP, leading the NBA in scoring in terms of points per game, and just something where just playing some of the best basketball. And guys, he's only 25, so that's something to keep in mind. But keep in mind also for the Heat, Kevin Love's out, Harrow's out, as well as Josh Richardson, as always. And these are two teams, guys, that are both 50-50 cover teams, 50-50 basically against the spread as well. Heat a little bit towards the under in that trend, but I'm not going to be playing a side or total. So lock in those two props for me in this game, okay? Next, we're going to travel out to the desert, taking on the Phoenix Suns. The Toronto Raptors will be making that road trip, and it's another story of kind of what have you done for me lately. We know what the Phoenix Suns have been doing, basically beating Denver 117-107. That's a huge win on the road in Mile High, one where we've seen them lose Oklahoma City, we've seen them lose to Houston back-to-back, and then splitting that contest, and then beating the Lakers. So Phoenix is playing some good basketball. I just think this number at -10 is a little too big. It's just something where I'm not looking to play in terms of a side or total. Scotty Barnes is out for the Raptors. Bruce Brown's out for the Raptors. Agbaji's out, and Jacob Poeltl is out for the Raptors. So that's kind of where we're seeing this big spread. But you have to pair that with the fact that Booker will be out for Phoenix as well still. Look for Nurkic basically to have his way down low, but it's something where I'm not interested in laying that 10-point Phoenix line because there could be a potential for blowouts. But if I had to give a side or total, it would be probably leaning towards the direction of the Phoenix Suns. This number's high, and it's high for a reason, but it's just a little too big for my liking. So next, this is probably the game that everybody has penciled in as their go-to game for this evening. 10 o'clock contest out west at Mile High. This is where Boston's going out west to play the Denver Nuggets. Boston's covered 4 out of their last 5, and we look at some of the early money flowing on Denver, and my money will be flowing in on Denver as well. I see some value right before this injury report is released. Jaylen Brown is questionable, and guys, if he is ruled out, this is going to automatically shift towards a bigger number, probably worth about 1.5 to 2.5 points to the actual point spread. But this is one where it's really tough to beat Denver at home. And I know the numbers don't really say it, but you're going to have to trust me on this one. Denver is just one of those teams where if you're in those coin flip games, you see when you get some value, having a money line, right? Having a pick 'em, kind of like we're seeing right now. If you're able to lock in Denver, I just see the value on taking Denver at home always, okay? And both of these teams, this could be a precursor to the NBA Finals, but this is where I'm going to be taking 2 plays actually in this contest. I think I'm going to be taking the Denver Nuggets straight up on the money line before that number shifts. Grab the 1 if you can. I'm seeing there with basically even juice, even a 1.5 out there in some outlets. I think I saw that with you're looking right now at the screen. You can see BetMGM has a plus 1.5 for -120 at the time of recording, and that's kind of where I'm leaning. All right, I'd have a shade of a play on the under as well, but. This is one where, guys, I'm going to be locking in Denver +1, +1.5 if you can find out there. But if you don't lock it in before the Jaylen Brown news becomes either way, okay, because if he's in the game, it's probably going to shift a little bit towards Boston as they open as a 1-point favorite. But this is where I like the Nuggets in this situation. Give me a point. Possibility for a push if it gets down to the wire, as well as we're going to have 2 plays in this game. So 2 official plays. We're going to be taking the Nikola Jokic triple-double to pair up with the Luka triple-double, and kind of going out on a tangent with the props today. But I really want a little bit of exposure to that market because I see some value in taking Luka and Jokic on a plus price, because even if one comes home, it's still going to be profitable. So that's kind of where I'm at within those bets. And then we're going to go out to the Chicago Bulls Golden State game. All right, and this will be my last official play. So we're going to look in this contest. And it's one where you see the Warriors dismantled the Milwaukee Bucks last night. The Bulls off the back-to-back as well. And if you haven't noticed, Warriors with Draymond Green back in the fold have been an exciting team to watch, a whole different team, a whole different story, and they have been that whole different story at home. And that's where I look to get behind the Golden State Warriors. Not at a number at -7. The Bulls can play defense. This definitely has blowout potential, but this is one where I look at the total, and the 223 is something where I look to get on the under. I think this number is going to shift, and I think this is where you're going to see both of these teams on back-to-back, possibly some rest advantages, and people just not playing in this contest. All right, so that's where I'm going to be looking at the Chicago Bulls, Golden State Warriors, under 223.5. Lock it in for my last official play. Okay, and then finally, we'll just touch on the San Antonio-Sacramento game. No play for me in this contest. Obviously, Victor Wembanyama, the blocks props are live. We see a -10 spread. We see a number where, it gives you the opportunity for a backdoor with San Antonio. So it's just no interest to me. 238, I think that total is right there on the money. 237, 238, that's what I would expect for this game. And one where, look at Sacramento, they are a true point scoring team. But there's also times where, you face a stiff rim defender such as Wembanyama, despite him being out on Wednesday. This is one where I don't know if he'll be playing on Thursday, suiting up. So obviously check your injury reports. I'm guessing he's not. That's why we're seeing that -10 on the road. But it's just a no play for me. It's too many unknowns. And you look at the Kings. They're kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde team for me. Beating the Lakers in LA, 130-120. That's a great win on the road, but just not a game that I'm looking to get into onto my official card for tonight's contest. So lock it in. I gave you guys 5 NBA best bets. Just to recap, we're going to be riding with the under in Golden State. We're going to be taking the Nuggets on the +1, +1.5. If you can find it, take it early. Jokic triple-double. Luka Doncic triple-double, as well as what we're looking at with the Jimmy Butler over 28.5 points and assists. So that's what we'll have going on this Thursday. I hope you guys are all doing well. Thanks for subscribing down below. Make sure you check out that pinned comment if you want details and instructions with how to enter that jersey giveaway, where Fanatics will, by me, of course, will have a jersey shipped directly to your house, jersey of your choice, if you enter that contest. So hope you guys all do well. Cash some tickets tonight. Great contest coming up. March Madness is about to be in full swing. Conference tournaments and college basketball. We'll be having a lot of coverage along the way, so make sure you guys are all subscribed, like I said, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.